Hey, wellness friends. So I have a question for you. And it's just some topics that come up during my sessions with my wellness coach clients and even my mental health clients. And one of the things I think that can be a benefit, but it can also not be as beneficial, is over planning. I think sometimes when we're trying to go after a goal, sometimes we get so caught up in planning how it should be, how we should do things, that the planning never turns into an action plan, like you never execute on it. Because I think sometimes individuals may spend too much time in their head thinking about it, planning it out to the T, and then about time when it's time to actually execute on the planning, the individual may be depleted, they may be exhausted from all of the planning. And so I think being able to plan in a healthy way, in a way that's strategic, in a way that can be helpful and not harmful, in a way that can get you out of your head and actually executing on the things that you want to do, is like start. And so I always say two things can be true at the same time. Like, you can have your plan and you may have it out to a T, or you may have your plan and you're like, you know what, I think I have enough to go ahead and get started. I say take that road versus trying to plan everything out, because you can have a plan and it may not be like 100% of where you are, and you're able to actually start working on that plan. So two things can be true at the same time. You can have a plan, but you also can execute. And your execute may look different. It doesn't have to be this big, elaborate, big rock of a thing that you're executing. It can be the small things. It can be something very small that you're doing while you're still trying to cultivate and plan your way through. Because sometimes in order for us to have a good thorough plan, we need to kind of go ahead and execute on it and act on it, just so if we need to modify that plan, we can do that, versus thinking that we have to start all over because the plans that we had did not work. So it's kind of one of those things where you have to find this beautiful balance in between planning, right, and also executing. Because some of the things that I am seeing is like people are really aware of their issue, right? They're really aware of their problem, and then they create, or they'll develop a plan to be able to tackle that problem. But sometimes people never get out of that planning stage because they're trying to make sure everything is correct. Every I has been dotted, every T has been crossed. And sometimes that can leave that person in that stage of change, the planning stage, like always just planning and never executing on the plan. So I hope that this was helpful to kind of help you to lean into, okay, my plan doesn't have to be 100% perfect for me to start. I can have some information. I can create some type of plan, right? But it doesn't need to stop you or prevent you from actually executing on it. Like, I'm all about planning, but when your plans still keep you stagnant and it keeps you stuck in this cycle of not achieving your desired outcomes, then we may have to look at a different way of how you plan things. We may have to look at, okay, is my planning plan, is it effective, or is it causing me more harm than good, or is it causing me to continue to be on this perpetual cycle of going nowhere fast? So I hope that this was helpful. Stay tuned in for more wellness tips, holistic living tips, and just tips for you to be who God has created you to be. Take care.